All right, y'all, I'm back. I know I've been so sporadic, but hopefully I'm back to stay now for a while anyway. These are the colors I'm going to be using in this video. So let me just go ahead and give you a rundown, and then you can kind of decide what you want to do. I've got some in the yellow family. All right, so I am using the Grizayes. They are available singly on their website, which is a giant plus, and they are an oil-based pencil. So yellow, number 23, honey, number 21, and ochre, number 19. Now, let me say real quick, there's a little thing up in the corner that looks like a gear. If you click that, anytime a video is going too fast or too slow, you can speed up or slow down the watch time. Okay? So if I go too fast on these, you can click that. And if you slow it down, it'll be like yellow 23. And if you speed it up, it talks more like I regularly talk, which is usually pretty fast. Then I've got peach, number 10. Carrot, number 17. Cadmium, number 6. I've tried to pull like 3 of each shade, and there's a reason for this, which we will get to. Then in my purples, I have Parma, 54. Sapphire, 45. And then I pulled charcoal, 67. Charcoal can be a dark for many, many colors as long as you go back over it with the color before, okay? Just don't do a lot of heavy charcoal on your lighter colors. All right, let's do the greens. Leaf, which is 27. Lime, which is 25. And 33, which is dark green. And I wanted so bad to do my olive greens and my army greens and stuff like that, but that's not what this page needs. Pink, number 13. Then my hot pink, number 15. And then I actually went to red, number 3. So you're just going to have to look at your own pencils and see what colors will work for you on this. Down to the last, powder, 42. Blue, 38. And imperial, 47. All right, y'all ready for this? Yeah, am I ready for this? It's a lot of colors, but you're going to see I am back in Small Victories, and I have picked this page right here. Now, I took the first color that I named in each group of 3 and did all the base coating. All right? That page is okay like it is. It really is. But what we're here for is to go a little further, dig a little deeper, cause some of that dimension and blending that we're talking about so much. Now here you can see where I've already done some of the pencil tips. Now, if you look at pencils when you're coloring, let's see, I believe, nope, not that color. See, I'm having to see which color I used because I didn't do them all at once. Yep, I used the honey, which is a yellow. And then I came in with the ochre, 19, which is a brown that has tons of yellow in it. Now, do you see how I'm just kind of outlining this? Just kind of outline it. And then we're going to come back in over the top. Whoops, here's one over here. Let's get them all right now so that we're not having to come back and get them later. Okay, then I'm going to come back with my first color, and I'm going to blend all that in. Now, that is not the true color of a colored pencil. It should be more cream, okay? Maybe a little bit of brown. I went with yellow because I wanted it to show up better on the paper. That's it. That's purely the reason why. And you can see how well these blend. Blow that off instead of raking it off with my hand. Okay, so those are finished. Now, while we've got the yellow going, let's pick up the lightest shade. Did all these. Coming in with my middle shade. And I'm going to do just the bottoms. Just those bottom little pieces where it just kind of connects together. That's it. Just go through and do all the bottoms. And you can use whatever colors you want wherever you want. There are no coloring police. Nobody's going to come check your coloring. If you don't even want to add colors and you like it the way it was to start with, that's fine too. I was saying you could slow down the speed. I'm going to the third color, and I'm going to do just the outsides, way down at the tip. I often, if I'm trying a new crochet pattern, will slow down the speed on a YouTube video so that I can actually see where the person is putting their hook in and out of the actual piece that we're doing. So, and when I listen to an audiobook, I will often speed it up to 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 times. Yeah. So, all right, back to my first color and just doing some blending. Just doing blending. So, yeah, a lot of times, if you don't catch it the first time, just go back and watch it again. Plus, anybody that's got quite a few followers, if there's an ad going on before, during, or after the videos, that's how we get paid, is by those ads and by how many times people are watching it. Yeah, that's it. And I make like, at the most, $10 a month, usually. And right now we're at a down season. So, okay, I took the lightest yellow there. I've got the second yellow. So because we're at a down time for videos, it's just slower right now. It means I'm making like $5 a month, which isn't a whole lot. So y'all, I need a ton more followers because people are just not watching videos or not watching the whole thing or skipping commercials. I'm not sure how they figure all that. Okay, then I'm going to take my third color and I'm going to go in here where it's way back in there and down here where it's tucked way back in. Okay, it's tucked in there. It's going to be a little bit darker. Okay, come back in with my lightest and just do a little blending. Doesn't take a lot. Oh, the pencil tip. That's one thing. It's not really a different color, but when you're looking at the tip of your pencil, sometimes it'll seem a little darker, like on one side. So I'm picking the bottom side, and I'm just going to do that one corner. Just a little bit. Can you see what I did? Just a smidge, just right there. Okay? That's actually how we're going to be doing all the pencils. So we're finished with those three. Let's grab the next set of colors. The blues. So I already used the first blue. Got all that in. Yeah, I want to be able to show you, but I don't want to have to keep zooming back and forth. Second color, I am going to come in and do, I think, the bottom of the bells. Sometimes I'll do the tops, sometimes I'll do the bottoms. It just kind of depends on the look you're after. And this time I'm thinking the light's hitting the top, so let's do the bottoms. And I don't know if you can tell, I am like just barely touching the paper. I'm not pushing hard. I'm just barely scooting a little bit of color on, because this blue is quite a bit darker than the first blue I used. All right. Well, we're going to have little Evie over tonight. That should be fun. We did not get to have Valentine's with her yet. And so I think we're going to make strawberry flavored cake balls. And we'll get donuts in the morning for breakfast. We'll go down to the donut shop down towards the corner. And we'll just see how things go. You know, now, I don't want this edge to be lost. So if I color it here and here, it's going to be the same. That's why I pulled a third color. So I am going to go ahead and put this in, but then I'm coming back with that third blue, remember? Now this color is quite a bit darker, but this is where I'm going to come in right around here. This is actually Imperial. You know what? Imperial is the purple, isn't it? Imperial is the purple and Sapphire is the blue. I had them backwards. Okay, so got that straightened out. See, that's why you want to watch the whole video. Me with all my errors. Hey, I never pretend to be perfect. So, all right, so just getting a little bit of that across all the bottoms. And on this one, I'm not going to put it on that last piece because I just don't want that to end up being lost edge again. Okay. Here we go. Just on the tips. Just a little bit down here on the tips. And then when we come back with that first color and blend all these, it's going to be totally awesome. I say that, it should look nice, okay? We'll put it that way. And anywhere where you mess up and go outside the lines, just clean it up. It's not that big of a deal. It happens. It happens a lot. I think I'm also going to use this color in the top of each bell. I debated using green or the lighter shade, and I think I like the idea of the darker shade being up there because it's a more compact area. There's nothing wrong with it being a little darker. Okay, back to my first shade. And let's just blend this up. Okay, just get it blended. And see, that looks like it's tucked behind this because it is darker. And that's what we're looking for. And now I am pushing a little harder. I am very heavy-handed when it comes to painting and coloring and anything like that. So I've always had to work at not pressing too hard. But there is a time when it's okay. And I've got my little sheet of plastic between my pages, so I'm not indenting into the next page. Not transferring color from the back of this page onto the next page. So just find out what works for you and go with it. Okay, let's look at that long pencil. Okay, let's go back. There we go. Let's get the pencil in frame. I've already done it there. I'm going to take the bottom of the tip, remember, just the bottom, and add a bit of the darker color. Then I'm going to come around and just add some interest I think I'm not going to do the very top edge of this one. We'll see. I mean, it'll make it look a little bit more rounded. I guess what I should do really is go ahead and do the top, because it makes this stand out more when we go back and blend. But then at the very bottom, I'm going to do this darkest blue. And that will anchor those down to where they don't look like they're just floating around on the page. Okay, and then come in and just blend those colors. Just blend away. And it takes several coats, several times over, to get all the white of the page covered up, because there's all those little divots and stuff in there. Okay, there's the blues. Let's go on to, let's do some purple. And I'm trying to be mindful of the time, but I really want you to see real time. Pulling my chair out. I just want you to see how long it really takes. So I did the purples, first layer. Second layer is that imperial that we were talking about. Okay, I'm doing under that petal, the big one here, and I'm going to do under this petal, these, because they're underneath. They should be a little bit shaded. Now beyond that, all I have to do is around the centers. Now this is really a quick way of doing these. I could sit and do each one like this and get lighter as I come out, and I used to do that a lot. Or I can color around like this and then get lighter and lighter as I come out, and that'll just help blend it. All right. The only thing you have to watch for is if the white comes like in there, then you can't necessarily just go all the way around. But again, we're just trying to get a couple of different colors in there. And this is the one that I pulled charcoal for, and I really don't think I need a third shade on here, so I'm not even going to worry about using that charcoal. But it's always good to pull 3 colors just in case you need it. Because if it had been like this flower or this flower, I probably would have gone ahead and used the charcoal as the third color. And I think we've done something, gosh, was last year sometime, that involved charcoal as the darkest shade. And just after you use it, you come back with your second shade and go over the top of it so that it goes back to that color. Just lighter as you come out so that it blends. Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, you just want some depth in there. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the pinks. So I've done the first layer with my regular pink. I'm going to do the second layer with that hot pink. What I'm going to do is everywhere where it's tucked under. All right, it's tucked right there and in there. It's tucked and it's tucked. Sometimes pinks can get tricky because you don't see a lot of difference in the different pinks that they put in the box of pencils. And so that's why I pulled a red for my deepest shade. And essentially what we've done is gone all the way around this and then up these sides. Same thing here. I'm going to go all the way around that center. And then up the sides. And I'm coloring on the part that is tucked underneath. So like this is on top of this, so you do on this one. All right, same thing over here. You do the exact same thing. This one will be a little bit easier because it is larger. It'll be easier to get around all that. So see, I went around those, and then whatever is tucked on top, you do what's underneath. They're all tucked into the center, but then you look for what's on top. Do the one that's underneath. We are going to come back with one more shade, yes. Can you hear y'all? Where is she going to put another shade? Some of y'all already know that. It's going to go right down here in these V's. And it is a little sloppy right now. It'll clean up when we come in and blend. Yes, that's exactly what we do. We come in and blend, and while we're blending it, because the pencils are an oil base, they blend so much easier, and a lot of cleanup is done all at once. Now, you can also do some of these tips where those lines are, because that means there's some folding going on up there. It's where the little edges get folded over. You've seen it on different flowers. Go to the, oops, gotta erase that later. Go to the floral department of your local grocery store and just peruse through and take some pictures of some flowers, and then go back later and zoom in on them and look and see where the fold lines are, what's lighter and what's darker. Of course, you also have to remember, going to the last color, I've noticed that a lot. I jump from one sentence to the other and then right back again. Hopefully that doesn't mess y'all up. Looking for the V's. But yeah, whenever you do pictures at the grocery store, you have to remember the lighting is really different too. So what you see there may be different than what we're seeing here. Okay, now I've just done some in there, but you can see the difference. If I come in here and just add this, I mean, just in those areas that are way down in there, we're just wanting some more depth. Anytime we can add depth to a page, it just carries your eye around it more. You know, when you're looking at a book or a magazine and you're just flipping through real quick, anytime they can put something on the page, going back to my original color, and I'm going to blend, anytime they can add something to a page to where you stay on that ad a little bit longer, they're going to add it. That's why they have people in the media industry that are in charge of nothing more than the photography. It is so important. Have you ever looked at the front of the box of cereal? Especially the kids' cereal that's got all the sugar in it. And I won't name them, but you know which ones. Colorful rings, some little marshmallows, different things. And where are they located on the shelf? Eye level to a kid. Yep. I worked in a grocery store. I did. Worked in the floral department, the meat market, the deli, did a little bit of cashiering, did some stocking, did the in-store artist. Back when we used to do the signs by hand and have to draw the fruit and all that kind of stuff. Yep, I do remember those days. That's how I first got hired on in the grocery store, was in-store artist. Got to use those chalkboard signs and the liquid paint chalk. That was so much fun. Easier days, simpler times. Now, do you see the difference, though, where we've put some of that darker color in? It has stayed while the others colors have really blended. All right, are we going to run out of time, or do you think we can keep going? I haven't looked at the clock up there in a bit. I'll stand up and look in just a minute when I'm finished with this flower. A lot of times I rush through when I get to the end, and I just really wanted to take my time on this page because these books are, like it says, small victories. Each page is a small little victory to get it done. We're at 25, almost 26 minutes. So when we come back next time, we are going to, okay, wait, second color. We are going to come in and work on the greens and oranges, okay? The greens and oranges are going to be next. And then if I decide to do anything to the background. So if you've got this book and there's a page you would like done, you need to let me know. Okay, going to the last of my 3 colors. And see, it doesn't matter that I'm using red when my base color here was a pink, as long as it all blends in. Okay, getting that all in. Okay, so I will see y'all back in a few days, and we will work on the greens and the orange family, okay? And some shadows. So keep that gray handy, keep those purples handy as we talk about how shadows work. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.